Everyone, this is Tim from Your 6 News. Today in this video, we're going to be talking about the Xbox Handheld, when this is coming out, and the price point it's going to be targeting. Right now, the code name is Project Kennan for the Xbox Handheld, and it's set to release the second half of 2025 with the expectation that it's going to be revealed around May or June. Usually with these new devices coming out, the companies would announce them at E3, but E3 is no longer a thing. So typically early June is where we see these announcements. And just looking at some of these renders right here, these are AI generated, but some of these look very similar to products that we already have out, like the ASUS ROG Ally. Interesting, because Microsoft is looking at a partnership specifically with ASUS. They went to other companies like MSI, Razer, etc. And it seems like this is the company, this is the design that they'll have something similar to this. We don't have anything official yet, but since there is a partnership with ASUS in the works, I'm expecting something similar to the ASUS ROG Ally, and probably something similar in terms of the specification and price point this is at right now. And this one is at $500, so that would probably fit the expectation with the price point of the Xbox handheld. So if we look at some of these other renders, very similar. So let's go on over to our first article right here from CNET. They were talking about how they went to different companies like Acer and Lenovo, Razer, Logitech, and MSI for partnerships. And ASUS was the one that kind of just stuck out to them. So expect something like that. When will it get revealed? They're thinking somewhere in May or June. And the features for the Xbox handheld, you know how on your Xbox, you just play in your game from your game library? There's something called Play Anywhere. If you have some games on your Xbox, some of those games also work on your PC, but not all of the games do. So with this handheld, it's going to be more like a PC device that you have Xbox on, rather than a dedicated Xbox on the go console, if that makes any kind of sense. So think of this as like a Windows 11 machine with the Xbox app on it. So you kind of see that with these devices like the ROG Ally right here, and the ones that from other companies. So you can play Steam on those perfectly fine. And we'll see if it has like their own kind of like UI, Xbox kind of UI, or if they just straight up use Windows 11. We don't know anything about that right now, but it seems like they're going to be using the Play Anywhere feature, where you don't get to use everything that you bought on your Xbox, but you'll use a lot of it. So we'll see with that as we get more details later on. And the expectation for the hardware, we're looking at probably 16 gigabytes, just because that's what everything else is using right now, about 16 gigabytes. And if we scroll on down, the most likely price point will be about $500 for the new device, which I said this was the exact price of this device. So with the partnership, I'm thinking it's going to be a very similar device. And expandable up to 1 terabyte storage. Usually comes with 1 terabyte of storage, and an OLED display with a large screen with 8 inches. All right. So I know with the Nintendo Switch 2 coming out, they're targeting the 8-inch screen as well. I think this screen was only like maybe 6.8 inches on the regular Nintendo Switch, so it's going to be quite a bit bigger than this. And this one was a little bit harder to game off of. The screen is a little bit smaller. I just don't like the thumbsticks or anything like that, or the R2 buttons. So what about the Xbox Next console? This apparently is coming out in 2027. We'll see about that. I know Sony is targeting, it seems like 2028. They might do 2027. But if Xbox gets a lead, they come out with their next Xbox Series 360 or something like that in 2027. They'll have a year ahead of Sony. So that might not be such a big deal, because it seems like Sony is going to be coming out with their handheld device at some point in 2027, 2028 too. Now, on ROG Global's Twitter page right here, you can see up on the top here all the different hashtags. It says ROG Ally, play all your games, next level gaming right here. So this could be alluding to the Xbox handheld with this marketing right here. Got your Xbox controller and the ROG Ally device in the background. So just more possible relationships with that company. So as of right now, just thinking about this, it's going to be more of a PC device rather than a dedicated Xbox console, and it's probably going to be very similar to your other handhelds that are running Windows 11 right now. So if you have one of those, well, you're probably just going to be just as good as you would be getting the Xbox handheld right now, because you'll be able to play and purchase the same games. Except this is going to be more branded specifically to the Xbox. I don't know what that specifically means yet. There's going to be a custom UI. Maybe there's going to be a custom like controller layout for it. You got your Xbox thumbsticks and your R2 button, etc. And then the R1 buttons would look a lot more like an Xbox controller. So that would be kind of cool. That would get me to want to specifically purchase this. So on the screen, you can see they got like a render of the Xbox controller with a giant screen on it. So a lot of speculation at this point, even though we know it's coming out this year and we kind of know some information about it. So hopefully you found this interesting. If you did, leave this video a big thumbs up and subscribe to my channel down below.